to Uganda in the 1990. That's from Kenya to Uganda in 1998. And I was looking for my feet in the community. Now, over time, it took me 10 years to really find my feet in the community and to find acceptance and, as a serious person, in the sense that there had been so many Western trained intellectuals who go back to the community promising transformation when actually they are looking for their own agenda, which is about themselves. And so it took me 10 years to earn the confidence and respect of the community. And when I talk about the community, it was more than the community. In the process, I discovered that at the source of the Nile in my community, there is a cadre of intellectuals and scholars who are scholars in the mother tongue and who are indigenously trained. And that there is a whole body of knowledge and educational system beneath the community, which actually many people live and die without discovery. Those who have been trained, you can train, to you a professor or a doctor or an engineer, and you will have a sterling career, and even after you die, have a monument erected in your honor, but but you will not know what goes on underneath below your nose. So I link up with these scholars, and according to them, they say they are the heirs. They are the heirs to the first quorum of intellectuals from the time of creation. And I discovered that our society in Uganda, and therefore it must be all over East Africa, that although we are all there as Africans, and when you come, you see we are all the same, but there are layers. And those intellectuals who are keepers of knowledge, who have been keeping knowledge for thousands of years, they know themselves. And these are men and women who have never been conquered by foreign ideology. All these invasions come and they remain steadfast. So, in the last 10 years, slowly by slowly, they tell me that they tell me about a prophecy in 1966, which said the epoch of white domination of the world had come to an end. It came to an end in 1966, and more particularly on 24th May 1966, and that the new world, was to be fired by African scholars and intellectuals at the source of the Nile, supported further by the indigenous peoples of the world, around the world, and supported further by peoples who re-indigenized themselves. So the point was, that why had foreign, why had Western domination failed? Because it is a question of alignment, that Western knowledge misaligned itself with the knowledge of its land, that is the land of Europe and the ancestors of Europe. And and say, for example, they abandoned their own God and brought in God from the Middle East, and then they abandoned indigenous knowledge. And that knowledge, to be successful, is a question of aligning yourself from the beginning, that you must be able to stand on the complete set of shoulders of your ancestors from beginning. And so when you miss out, then you do not have enough knowledge, you do not have enough intelligence, your judgment is impaired because you are not in full sync with with what? With your God, with your ancestors, with your land. And so that's what they mean by the world re-indigenizing itself. Further, they say that, you see, according to what they believe there, and when you come, Bad has been there and he has seen the physical aspects of it, that all of us started in one place, and all of us are the children of Sewamala and Namala. Sewamala and Namala, who came on earth as pure spirit, contracted the first holy matrimony, and bore the first set of twins, that is Musoka and Namusoke, and all of us are the children of Musoka and Namusoke. And we went on spreading from the source of the Nile, and that where we are today, the knowledge and the message which we picked from the source of the Nile and went with has now dimmed down. And it is now the time to reconvene again at the source of the Nile to recharge our batteries. And so, what we, this Mlembe Mutinzi, that's the epoch we are in, is now about 50 years. It comes with its own message. It comes with its own awareness. It comes with a narrative. It comes with its alphabet, with its language, with its mathematics. Yeah? And so, Mpambo African Multiversity is at the center of it all, to organize this knowledge. And we are organizing this knowledge because, again, we were mentioned in the prophecy that when you see our children who had been lost to the world to the Western world and the world of Arab, coming back looking for their roots, then know ye that a new epoch has truly taken form. So, this Mpambo African Multiversity, when we started, we thought we would get money from around the world, Ikai style, as we used to do under Ikai. But then we found that although this idea we had was very, very exciting, it really generated no money from outside. And so we had to redefine ourselves and say that that we are the multiversity. So we get a group of scholars, really, 5-star scholars, mother tongue scholars. So that is the multiversity together with the community. And so we say we are the multiversity, and we are the community. So the community is the multiversity, and we are the multiversity. And so then, we set up what we call an intellectual hot table, like this one, in an intellectual hot house. And we've brought together about 4 scholars who are busy now preparing texts and books which will really be the basis of guiding us in a new epoch. And and fortunately, I feel so good myself inside myself because this is a transformation where we are not looking for people to transform. We are already living amidst people who are in the new epoch, but they are looking for order. They are looking for texts to guide them. And so we are preparing those texts. The first text of the Tondism, which is a guide to those who want to live by the light of the African God of peace. And by the way, the message we have is not just for Africa, but it is a message for the whole world. However, everybody receives it in their culture and language. Everybody receives this message in their culture and language. And so our only task is really to the people with whom we share culture and we share language at the source of the Nile. Otherwise, the message is universal. So that we know that transformation is coming from below, and the books we are writing are being awaited by the people. They know the books are being written, and what we want, once we have these texts, then we shall know that the teachers, the believers, will have a spine around which they build their consciousness and awareness and knowledge. And what we are doing, we, these mother tongue scholars have come up with a language which is called Luyinja, because they say the message they have is a deep message which cannot be articulated in the colloquial language which is being used now. So they have gone two steps back into depth. So they come up with Luyinja, and the materials being written is in Luyinja.
And what does Luyinja mean?
Oh, Luyinja means language written on the stones by the Creator. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, the language of the rocks, written on the rocks by the Creator. So we have that Luyinja language in which we are communicating. And so Luyinja is words, but also Luyinja is a depth of awareness. So so it is a depth which can be acquired in any language, and so it is a language. It's words, but it's a perspective. It is a depth of understanding. That's Luyinja. We also have mathematics. There is the alphabet, the Luyinja alphabet with 80 characters. Mm. But for now, we communicate using the Romanic
script.
Yes, script, because if you used the Luyinja script, it would, it is nobody knows it. So that one will be reserved for the deep students and the priests, and as time goes on, it will become it will become more general. So in a nutshell, this is the work we are doing, and I'm really grateful to I'm happy to be in the Ikai crowd here, because what I'm doing is a continuation of what we started in Ikai. And it is not by accident that the people with whom we started are really my strongest pillars, particularly Bud and Jack, and Linda have really been a great support for our work. From here we receive spiritual ideas.